Alright, so today I'm going to be showing you how to draw trend lines, and at least how I draw trend lines for my charts. So I'm on the Euro USD, I'm on the weekly chart, so I always start off on the higher time frame charts. That's important. I do that with support and resistance, I do that with trend lines. So um, I'm on the Thinkorswim platform. I'm going to grab the trend line tool, and basically how to draw a trend line is you're going to grab an anchor and you're going to move it to the next point, either this one or this one, this one. Now, the more touches on a trend line, the better, or the more confirmation you can get on that. So this one has one, two, kind of pass, but retest it, kind of in that range. Another test right here, broke through, test, broke through, test. So that one's a decent trend line. Now, on this one, if you plot this, you can see that it has some multiple touches as well. So we'll go right there. So you have one touch, two touch, a little bit, went past it a little bit, but then it went back down. Same, went past, retest, went back, and then decided that I wanted to go back down. Now, for trend lines, you don't have to always just grab it from the top. You can grab it from the bottom. So you can go right here and right here. So all you need for trend lines is an anchor, the next point, and then you can start trading it. So you can go right here would be the anchor, next point. Now obviously it took a little while until it made its way back down here because it's kind of in a channel, and that's what you're kind of doing with trend lines, is you're making those channels so you can kind of trade those up, sell, down, buy movements. So now, with that said, I'm going to go down onto the 4-hour chart and show you how to draw other types of trends. So you can see that I was on the higher time frame. Now you can also do this on lower time frames. So, for example, you can trade some of these trend lines. And you can tell one didn't quite make it there, went past but broke another test, another test, another test, until it decided to break it. Now, what's also nice is you don't have to trade these bigger movements. You can also trade, I'm going to zoom in just a little bit, you can trade the smaller movements. So you can go up like this. So see how this is kind of in a channel, and then it kind of went and then got out of the channel and went down. So it's very subjective, and you just kind of draw it. You never know if someone has the same trend line as you. But what's nice is when you draw the major trend lines, kind of like the big ones that have multiple touches, and they keep on staying true, then your trend line is good until it's broken. But what's nice is you can trade it on a reversal, but you can also trade on a breakout. So, for example, right here, it broke, and it obviously broke with some pretty good bull movement, but it came back to kind of retest. So if you bought a strike price on Nadex below the trend line, that trade would be pretty safe, right? So now, obviously, you're not just trading solely off trend. So, for example, you have the price tool. So I'm going to bring out the price tool right here, and let's see. I'm just trying to find a good spot where to kind of show you guys. All right, this seems decent. So you can see how there's some uh, a support level or resistance level right here, multiple touches on it, touch right there. Now you can kind of see when you put a resistance level and a trend line, how price came up to this level, had the resistance in the trend line, and how it just kind of went back down. So buying or selling a strike price in this region, it would be completely safe for, and we're on a 4 hour, so you could do like a daily or a weekly, depending on your style of trading. But so that's kind of how I draw my trend lines, and just give obviously I didn't draw every single trend line out here. There's so many more that you could have drawn, but having them on your charts, I think definitely gives you an extra edge, gives you an extra little soldier that you can uh, kind of add to your confirmation on your trading so you can win more trades. So you can see how I'm just kind of marking up all of these levels here, and uh, just kind of practice, keep on training your eye to try to see these trend. And it doesn't have to be a downward, or it doesn't have to be an upward movement. It can also do go sideways, right? So in a sideways movement, kind of like you see how that's kind of just flat right there, and you just trade right. Oops, sorry. And you just trade right there. So in this little channel, 1, 2, 3, and then came up, had a test of it, went back down, but then eventually broke, retest, broke, then it retested and broke out. So there's so many trades that you could have done right here. So obviously this is the anchor. There's the second point. So you could have traded that spot. That's the anchor. That's the anchor. So you couldn't really trade that, but you could have probably traded this one. If you could get below the, if you could have gotten below that level. I don't know what's going on. So you could have traded that level. You could have traded this level. Since it's on a 4 hour chart, if you zoomed in, if you sold up here, look how it just tanked, and then right here you could have bought it back if you sold. So that's a quick little trade right there. I know it's a small movement, but you can make good profit just on that little move. This video is running a little bit long, so I'm going to stop it right there. But yeah, just keep on practicing your trend lines and trying to, and your support and resistance, and that's kind of the basis of your making a trade plan, where you want to buy, where you want to sell. And thank you for listening. I appreciate it. And remember, build knowledge, build wealth.